And we're live.
Yay! Well, welcome everyone to the Renegade Society radio show. I am Sarah Erickson, and I am joined here by one of Renegade's own, Chris Whitpan. Welcome, Chris. Thank you for joining us today.
Well, thanks, Sarah. It's fun to be here. It's like this is my first time actually being on the show, not just listening to it. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, so Chris is actually a baby on our team. We just hired him recently and made a big announcement that he is running our events team, which when we hired him a few months ago, we had a very different plan for Chris. But we got very, very lucky. And fortunately, Chris's abilities and strengths actually are even better suited to current times. So we put him quickly to work on creating a virtual convention, which we are actually running June 5th through 7th. And we are so excited to tell you all about it that we thought we would have Chris on the show this week just to talk about the convention. So, Chris, before we jump into that a little bit, though, tell us a little bit about you as a gamer and how you ended up here, because you did not start out in the gaming industry.
No, no. My actual training is I'm a trained chef. So if anybody follows my feeds, they see things like I'm that guy who's playing with sourdough bread right now. That's me. Yeah, totally. Growing my own cultures, I'm having fun. But I also realized a couple of years ago that like restaurant life is nuts. And it was nuts back then, not even let alone what it is now. So I've been trying to find a way to, you know, use some of my other artistic skills in the business. So I started doing some freelance work, and I do some publishing work and some layout design. I do some localization work for a few publishers around. And then this opportunity popped up with Renegade, and I'm like, I need to jump on that. And after talking with Sarah and everybody, I'm like, I love it here. It's kind of, if there's one company I could kind of pick to work with, this is definitely it, because you guys cover all the bases, everything I love. So
That's awesome. Yeah, well, we feel very lucky that we found you as well. So I think it's a pretty good match. And I think that your restaurant experience has really come in handy because when you think about events, they're very fast paced. You're working really closely with a big team of people and you're trying to create something. And
mhm.
really, whether it's creating an experience for customers in a restaurant or experience for gamers at the table, it still comes down to making sure that all those little details are in the right place and that everybody knows what they're supposed to do at what times.
Yeah,
So I've
it's just looking at tables, Sarah. Whether it's games on tables or foods on tables, it's kind of the same thing, I think, right?
I think so too. Yeah, I love that analogy. So you've been working hard on this for a little while. So let's jump in and start actually talking about the convention.
Sure.
So people sign up through Eventbrite, and
Mhm.
you can find all those links and everything at what's the website for that?
It's just you just go to our homepage at the renegadegames.com. In the top corner, you'll find the convention, and that links you to everything. If you really want the shortcut, do the renegadegames.com/RenCon home, and that'll take you there directly. If you just can't be bothered and you'd rather type a little bit.
So it's super easy to find. Go to renegadegames.com and you'll find it. And once you get there, you can sign up for a free ticket. We're not charging anything for this convention. We
Nothing.
really just want to show stuff off and try things out because we're hoping that it's going to be amazing, but we don't really know what people are going to be excited about yet. So we're trying some different things. So the
Sure.
ticket's free. So what do you get with that free ticket?
So really why we're encouraging the ticket, yes, it's completely free. Like we knew from the start that we did not want to charge for any of this because that didn't make sense at the time. So what we decided is the ticket allows us to contact you and get you information prior to the con so that you have everything you need to attend appropriately. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to basically be sending out information kits starting next week that kind of give you all the guides for how to use the audio, how to use Tabletopia, how to find demos, how to attend panels and get your questions answered, where to find all this stuff. Because let's be honest, Sarah, it's kind of what it's kind of everywhere, because one of my theories for this was I wanted to use, if we had an outlet, I wanted to use it. So we're kind of using all of our streams, as it were, to kind of get stuff out to everybody.
And really, we started kind of doing that at the beginning of April because we saw that people were looking for more entertainment, and we had the ability to do that. We've got Desiree here on a channel right now. She's been running all of our video stuff for a long time now, actually, and just does an amazing job. So she's been working so many extra hours and so hard the last few months to make sure that we are giving people entertainment in their homes through Twitch, through YouTube, through pre-recorded little bits that she puts together. So we're just going to be using all of those channels that we've already been building up over the last few months.
Exactly.
And doing some special cool stuff on there. So it seems like you have a lot of information to give to people. But I did just want to tell people who are watching right now, if you have questions while we're talking about, please post in the channel, and Desiree is going to get to your questions at the end, and then we'll have a chance to ask Chris. Also, about halfway through our chat, we're going to be doing, we'll give you a link to do a free giveaway. And so sign up for that. We'll give you the code word you need and the link and everything, and we'll give away some games. So that'll be very exciting. So yes, post your questions and that'll be great. But as far as Renegade Con goes, you're going to get access to be able to watch all those things on those different channels. But then we also are giving away a few other fun things like social media profile pictures.
Yep, we just put them out today, actually.
Oh, awesome. So how do people get those? I'm asking for a friend. I saw Scott had, but I was jealous.
So we'll release them probably in the next day or two on one of our social media posts. But right now, if you're a member of our Discord channel and you check out the announcements section, I put a link in there. So, you know, all those like savvy people who are kind of in our Discord early and already chatting us up, I kind of gave them a little nudge today. So.
Yeah, I know one of the things you're going to be putting in that packet is several links of things that you should get familiar with before the convention. So it's not too early to go and download Discord, download Tabletopia, jump in there and start chatting with us and just get used to those systems, because Discord is really going to be the hub of
the entire convention. Yeah, think of it as that is kind of like the booth space, is what I kind of tell people. You know, when you go into a con and you're walking around the booth and things, I think Discord is really kind of the hub where you find everything else. I mean, you can go to the website and you can follow links and you can go to different channels, but I think Discord's going to be where the activity is, the other people are, the demo team is, there'll be help people on the channels. We're even going to have our store, our booth store, being manned by somebody like during the convention the whole time, or woman, I guess, technically, throughout the whole con. I don't know what's appropriate there, but it'll be staffed. There we go. By somebody throughout the whole con. That way, you know, if you have questions or you have this kind of weird bundle you want to put together, they'll have all the expertise to help you out. And that's what we're trying to give you.
Definitely. So beyond free social media profiles, we also have access to some cool backgrounds. I noticed you have a very exciting, special background. All these people I talk to always have better backgrounds than I do. I need to work on that. So those will be available to download too, right?
Exactly. We're going to have those up. And again, that's kind of some of the stuff we're going to really be pushing. So like you can like represent your favorite game if you want, like if you have a good Renegade type. Like we have an awesome Arboretum background that I'm kind of excited. It's gorgeous. So, I mean, Beth Sobel on the big screen, come on, it can't be right. So we definitely did that. There's some Power Rangers. There's everybody. We got a little bit of everything that'll be in there if you use Zoom or anything like that to do meetings where you can do the background swap. I'm being a little more fancy, but yeah, it works.
And so we have all these great ways that you can start getting ready for the convention even now, downloading those free themes, getting everything set up. But once you're actually at the convention, day one is happening, what can people expect?
So I'm going to apologize right now because You know what? To me, a convention is about choices. And I really feel that there are times where you have to make a choice between, oh, I really want to attend this workshop, or I really want to see this thing or this panel. And, when we have so many streams going over only 3 days, those choices are going to be there. So A, I apologize. And B, it'll be out at some point at a later time. Like, we're not going to make it instantly available forever. Otherwise, come on, that'd be silly. Then why would you go? You want to go. So we're going to release that later on in dribs and drabs. But if you want to catch it live and you want to see those things live, look at the schedules. We put those out. I'm updating it frequently. There are always little changes, last minute additions and drops. So we're constantly changing them. Heck, we were just talking about one of those before we even started. So, check on the Rencon homepage is the most recent schedule. And of course, I will try and keep that updated. And I put the date right on there now. So if you're ever curious, like, maybe the name of a workshop just adjusts a little bit because, the person kind of went in a different direction that they anticipated, we'll let you know, and things like that. So the best place to check is get a schedule and then pick what you want to do. That's what you do at a con, right? You get the schedule, you sit down, you highlight everything you want to do, what you want to see, where you want to go, where you want to be there. The only thing is you don't have to wait in lines. Like that's got to be the best part.
Well,
right?
maybe a little bit. So one caveat to that is that we are doing demos, and we haven't done this before, but we're very excited to be offering digital demos through Tabletopia. And we have set aside some slots for people to sign up for a very specific time so that they can organize their schedule more appropriately. But if you didn't get into one of those times, because most of them are filled at this point, but please still check. But if you didn't get into a time you wanted, you can still go to our Discord channel, and there will be some rooms there where you can step in and say, hey, I would like to do a demo of Succulent. And then when we have an available spot, which we're leaving quite a lot of room open for just walk-ins, essentially, then you can jump into a spot and just play. Also, if you want to just listen to the explanation and then go play on your own, we'll also have links for Tabletopia where you can go and play, and links to the rule book. So if you've got a group that you really want to play with, your 3 buddies, well, you can get them all together, go into a channel on your own, and just play. And that's totally open, which I think is great. I'm really excited about that.
Right. And we also, I mean, that's not even something we do at a con, right? Like we can't really even just leave like hundreds of copies of the games out on tables for everybody to try. So I'm kind of excited we get to do that. There's rules videos that are available. We're going to be posting them again on our Facebook page on a regular schedule. And that'll be posted as well. So you can see like, oh, hey, I want to learn Succulent. I can go here at this time. I can see it. Or you might be able to find it on your own. Maybe you're technologically savvy and you could figure that out. But you could go watch a video, you can go learn, and then you can go play the game and have the rule book accessible right there. So you get to move bits from the start. Like you don't have to wait for somebody to get up. You don't have to wait for, the 2 copies in the hot games area to like free up and get, so you can use it. And then of course, they always take way too long because they have to read the rule book. The slowest rule book readers ever are the people in the hot tables room, right?
So I'm guilty.
Right? So we don't have to do all that. So the cool thing is, yes, there's demo team. You could even, if the demo person has the room and they have the ability, they could even let you into the game and let you listen to their explanations. Like we have a few more options that we don't get in a physical con. So we're gonna, and let's be honest, a lot of this is we're figuring out as we go. So what might work on Friday might not work on a very busy Saturday. So we may have to use a sign up form to say, hey, if you want demos, first come, first serve, let's just do a quick form and fill it out. So we also have some plan B's and C's in there too, should we need them.
So hopefully you won't have to actually wait in line, but it's possible because we do have a lot of people signed up. We've just been overwhelmed by the response so far.
But we'll ping you on Discord. Like, we don't do that at a con.
It's true. You don't have to actually be standing in a line being bored. You can go and
No.
do a million other things in that time.
We're gonna spoil people, and we're gonna go to the first con we go to. They're gonna be like, "Can I just sign up and you can ping me when you're ready to take me in?" And I'm like, "It's not gonna work that way."
Okay, I have done that before. I've definitely texted people when a table was open, but it's messy.
Oh, it's very messy, no doubt.
So we do have those demos going on, the virtual demos, but we also realize, at least for me, I love touching physical pieces and playing with real games. So we are also encouraging people to do that at home. If you want to play a game at home with your friends, with your family, and take pictures while you're playing, then you can post those on social media and use the hashtag. What is the hashtag we're using?
Oh, you're gonna make me look it up, but
Oh,
I don't.
no, we'll be posting all about that. So
yes, I don't want to give you the wrong one, but I
okay.
believe it's because we changed it because like somebody looked at it and said like that's ridiculously long. So
we're calling it the hashtag league, and we'll be posting about that. So look.
Yeah, we're going to challenge you to spell league several times. Like that's the problem. I think we're going to have to look for it spelled multiple ways. But if you play one of our games at home, we want you to feel like, hey, there's nothing to watch for the next 2 hours. Let's sit down and let's play a game of, I don't know, what do you have laying around? Do you have some Lotus? Go play that. Do you have some Lanner's Dice? Go play that. Just snap a picture, tag us. And, we're going to do periodic giveaways throughout the convention for everybody who hashtags. So I think that'll be kind of cool, right? So you can still play and interact with everybody.
Yeah, I'm excited for the hashtag league. I think that'll be really fun to have a reason to sit down and play a game and encourage your family to do that.
Yeah.
Just kind of exciting. But we also, one thing that I always think about with conventions, probably because I grew up in a TCG type environment, is I think about tournaments. I want to know who's winning this game. So tell us about the tournament you're putting together.
So it's going to be really simple. We when we decided to do the convention, we had originally Gen Con was still going on, and we always have our big Clank tournament at Gen Con. So we didn't want to use Clank because that would be like, well, if Gen Con happens, we can't do both. So another great title, I think, that kind of fits really well in that medium weight range is Explorers of the North Sea. So we're going to do a tournament. I'm sorry, Raiders. We found.
It's Friday.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help that Explorers has been on my brain the last couple of days. I apologize. But Raiders.
I do love Explorers because you put tiny animals inside boats and move them around on the board, and it's awesome. But
I don't think it
Raiders,
fits a tournament. It's not like cutthroat like Raiders is. So the tournament will be Raiders. So I apologize. And I think I even made that mistake once when I was doing one of the schedules somewhere. I think somebody's like, which one is it? And I'm like, I'm sorry, Shab. I'm sorry. But what's awesome is we're going to do, it's basically going to be like a single elimination bracket, double elimination bracket. If you make it to the final table, you'll have the two best winners and the two best losers are going to just play off. And we have a physical awesome trophy to give away. Where it's
amazing.
Right? It's like the big helmet. It's backlit LED. It's big too. Like it's planned to be like if you actually came to Gen Con last year, we gave away one of these for Clank, and it was pretty boss. So I'm excited to see how that's going to look when somebody and it's going to be personally engraved. So we'll have it engraved with the winner's name. Hopefully we spell it right. Don't trust me to do that. But there's something you need to know about me. That's it. But any typos are all this guy. But it's going to be exciting, right? Because like we're going to watch this. It's going to happen all weekend. Like we'll have feeder games on Friday and Saturday, and then we'll do the quarterfinal finals on Sunday.
And I
which I'm
know
really
I
excited.
checked yesterday and there were still a few spots left if you did want to participate.
There's
But we're
under
limiting it so that we know that it will finish in time, because if we just let a million people in, it would last forever.
right.
So if you really are excited about that, go sign up right away.
Yeah, we have 72 spots. That's because that number is really good math for four. If you ever run a tournament, math for four is important when a four-player game. So we have that. And there are, I think there's, I want to say there's like 14 spots, 16 spots left today. So if you're interested, go ahead, get in there. Raiders is not that hard. We're not playing with any of the expansions. Even if you don't know the game, I would encourage you to go watch a video. It'll be free on Tabletopia all weekend during the event, so you can go check it out and you can see. Yeah, hey, who knows? You could be the next champion. I've seen stranger things happen. My friend who never played Carcassonne in her life beat people that knew it like you wouldn't believe. Like they knew the tiles. They're like, wait, that tile isn't in the base set. I'm like, really? Like you're that guy?
Wow. So are we running that on Tabletopia, or is that on some different system?
Nope, it'll all be on Tabletopia. We're gonna have a person or two who will be officiating and be able to hop in different games. So it'll be the Tabletopia and Discord kind of setup that we've been using. And I believe Shem actually, while he charges for a few games, I think he took and don't quote me on that, but I believe he took like all the charges off for everything that entire weekend. So you could play everything from shipwrights all the way out to, I believe they even got Viscounts on. So you could even take a peek at that.
Yeah, some secret upcoming games. Well, not really secret, but super new upcoming games
Yeah.
from the West Kingdom series. So we were excited to be sharing those for this. That's pretty special.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So we are about halftime right now. So I did want to share that link with everybody. So Desiree is going to post a link for our giveaway, and we are doing 3 prizes this week. So you could be one of 3 winners.
Do they happen to be anything we're demoing at the convention, Sarah?
Yeah, surprise. We're giving away some games that we will be demoing. So we will have demos of Space Bell Lunchtime, which is one we're giving away. Succulent, another one we're giving away, which is up there somewhere.
It's gorgeous. It's right next to the other one you're going to be pointing out in a second anyway, right?
Yeah, that's right. And then also the Search for Planet X. So all 3 of those we'll have demos of, and so we thought we'd celebrate by giving away some free copies. We also, in addition to those 3, we're highlighting Warp's Edge, which is a solo game, but we will have copies of that on Tabletopia to play as well. And it's a really interesting experience. And I think doing it on Tabletopia will be fun because you're setting it up so that 4 people can play, right? Even though it's a solo only game.
Right. So, it'd be kind of silly to have one person demo for one person. That's kind of, anybody who's ever like done staffing knows that one-to-one is just bad. So we're kind of trying to figure out a way to work around that. And we found that, well, we're just going to run the game 4 times. Again, digital wins. So we'll just have 4 games out and the person will explain it. And then they're there to answer the questions of the 4 people playing. So
I think that's a really smart way to do it. I'm excited about that.
It's pretty cool.
So those are the games that we're going to be demoing. And Desiree just put that link in there so that you can win one of those first 3 I talked about. But you'll need the code word to go in there. And the code word is Play Renegade. And those are 2 separate words. So put in Play Renegade and you'll be entered. So
there you go.
That's pretty exciting. So those 4 that we talked about, and then also, of course, the Raiders of the North Sea, Shipwrights, Explorers of the North Sea, Architects of the West Kingdom, Paladins of the West Kingdom, and I believe Viscounts of the West Kingdom.
That's impressive. That you got all of them just like that.
It's a lot of them. Yeah, I maybe have done that before.
Maybe.
So in addition to all those great games that we're demoing, that our incredible demo staff will be working so hard night and day helping out with, we also have a ton of other guests joining us for some interviews and panels. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh my goodness. So one of the key things that we knew we wanted from day one was, we wanted to have interviews, and we definitely wanted to have like panels where people could ask questions and interact, because I think that that's kind of an important thing that cons give us. And let's be honest, it's kind of, I won't say easy, but it's kind of a no-brainer to be able to do it digitally. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be the way we're doing the interviews is we're kind of, they're taking the place of, you're just walking around and you just kind of like bump into Shem Phillips at a convention. Like, what would you ask him? So we're kind of, that's how we're approaching the interviews. It's just like, what would the average person want to know from a Kwanchai Moria or an Ivan Van Norman? You know what? I think we kind of learned something. It's getting him to actually like not talk is the real trick on that one, because my goodness, he's got so much love for what we do and what he does. It's just like, oh, it's like turning on the fire hose. You want to drink from the fire hose, then definitely, interview Ivan. It's a lot of fun. So the panels are going to be great. We have 6 different ones that are running all week. They're basically slotted to be like 45 minutes of a panel leader leading the panel, having a discussion, which is pretty awesome. Sarah's going to be leading 2 of them, so I'm kind of excited to see where they go. And then there's going to be a Q&A, so you can actually ask the panel, and we're going to kind of source them from our Discord first. So that's why getting a ticket to a panel helps you, because you'll get that link for that Discord channel. So you know where to be, when to be there. You'll get a reminder for it and all those things. So that's the other reason why we wanted the ticket, just to help keep everybody like on time, right? Because we need to start on time so that we can get everybody's questions answered.
Yeah, I think that'll be really fun, because we have some really interesting people, from designers, artists, people internal to Renegade that you never really get to hear from, like our creative director, Anita, who is just a wealth of knowledge and so much fun to talk to. And all of these other partners that we work with, like some of our friends over at Oni Press who work with us to make the Tea Dragon Society card game. So we have a ton of people who are helping out and jumping in these panels and just talking about what they love, which I think we can all connect to. So they'll be really fun to watch them. And the interviews, I think, are really cool, because before you started working for us, you have been doing interviews with people for a long time. You seem to really enjoy just chatting with people. And so you've been pre-recording all of those interviews, and they're all almost ready to go. And then we can post them, and then people can enjoy them, and they'll be
exactly
really cool.
Little peek behind the curtain. No, it's definitely, I love just chatting with people and picking their brain. Like I've talked to Kwanchai Moria before, and we had a completely different conversation that was really awesome. And I loved it. I'm really excited for people to see it, because I think, understanding what the whole publication animal is tough. I don't think the average board gamer understands what like Oni Press does or Direwolf does or things like that. And I think that this is kind of a chance, like everybody who's interacting with this convention, and we've purposely done this, is a partner of Renegade. They're part of the Renegade family. So, if they're here, they have a relationship with us in some way, and we just want to put them up on a pedestal and show them off. And I think the panels are a great way, the interviews, the workshops, give these people a place to have fun and show off what they do, because they do it so well.
We do work with a lot of really amazing people, so I get to talk to them all the time, and I'm excited to share them with other people. It's exciting. Actually, that little notification you just heard was from Oni Press. They were chatting about a game that we have coming up, Good Tama, we just announced, and getting ready for that to be part of the real world. So there's just always something happening with us and our partners, and it'll be really fun to be able to chat with them.
Yeah,
so,
it's cool.
And it is nice that that's a little bit hands-on. People can ask their questions. They can really be part of that process with the panels. So I'm excited about that. But even more so if people sign up for workshops. So do you want to tell us about that a little bit?
The workshops. So, I mean, it wouldn't be a convention if you didn't like learn how to paint a mini, right? Like, I think that's kind of, that's like the bar to entry. Like, we have to paint a mini if we have a convention. So what we designed was, don't want to say a nonstop schedule, but it's a pretty heavy schedule of workshops. And God bless Desiree for handling that juggernaut monster that is that. Because I know it's easy to schedule it, it's hard to make it happen. I get that. But there's panels from all over the industry. We have everything from the broken token showing us how to design inserts and how to build them, to a panel on RPG world building in like maybe problematic places. That how can I, as a cis white male, really understand how to make an Oriental or Asian themed RPG that isn't horrible. Like we've got a workshop that covers that. Like we have amazing people kind of stepping up and taking this. We have a staff photographer that we use from time to time is going to show you how to get the most out of like photographing your everybody wants to take good photos, but maybe they just need that little extra tip, like maybe move the game board to the window. I don't know what Bert's got in store, but
No,
I know.
So I hope I have time to go to Bert's panel.
I know. I'm excited. So it's and don't let him tell you anything. He is a pro by every stretch of the word. So I'm really excited to see. Like I think that what am I gonna watch immediately when this thing is over? Well, I'm taking a few days off, and then B, I'm probably watching a lot of the workshops. Let's be honest, because that's not what I'm going to get to see. So I want to see what it is. I'm excited.
I might have to spoil your plans there, because we also have a few other conventions coming right on the heels of this. But we'll maybe let you take some time off. We'll see.
Good gracious.
But hey, the good news is we don't have to tear down a booth, and we don't have to pack everything up, and we don't have to fly home and have jet lag.
I push a button and the banner goes away. It's not that hard.
Exactly. So I'm pretty excited about that part.
There are a lot of people.
But they are a lot of work. So we're just putting all that work ahead of the time instead of after for this one, which will be very nice.
And you know what? I think that what's really interesting, and when you all kind of said like we want to do something digitally, Scott has always kind of wanted to do a convention, and this is just like the easy. I won't say it's the easy way, because this is far from easy, but this is a great way, at least, to kind of start kind of seeing what this is all about and what Renegade conventions look like. And maybe this is something that we're spending all this time now to build something awesome that could be replicated again in the fall. Like it could be that simple and come back even better and stronger. So what we're building today is kind of an infrastructure for 2020 period.
And that's one thing that we really want out of this is feedback. And we'll be sending you a survey after the convention just to find out what you loved, what you thought maybe you wanted more of or less of, or ideas.
Another reason to register, so you can have a say in what happens in the future.
Right, because we are putting all the knowledge that we have from going to physical conventions to use, but we've never done anything like this before. So I'm really excited because, like Chris was saying, this is such an opportunity for us to try things that we would have maybe put on the back burner before, and now we are more motivated to do those things. And so I'm excited to see which things turn out really well and surprise us, and we're going to keep doing them. So it'll be great. We want to hear from you. It'll be fun.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be an important process, right? Is kind of what was really successful, what wasn't, what can be tweaked. And it's not just a matter of, what workshop worked, what didn't. Like, did workshops work? Did this section work? Did people engage with this? And did people have fun? That's the ultimate goal. So, if you registered, we're definitely going to send you an email, link to try and like have a voice in what we do in the future. Do we try to partner with more people? Do we try to bring in more entertainment? Do you want a band on Saturday night? Like, I don't know. Like I don't know what people want. So we're guessing a little bit.
It will be exciting.
It will be nothing but exciting, no doubt.
So again, just to remind everybody, if you want to go and check this out, go to renegadegames.com and there will be a banner there that takes you to the homepage for everything Renegade Con. There's a link right at the top of the page. So go check that out, read through the schedules, look at all the exciting stuff we have going on, and please make sure that you register. And once you've done that, then also remember to go to the link that Desiree is going to post again and sign up for a chance to win one of these 3 wonderful games, Spaceball, Lunchtime, Succulent, or Search for Planet X, using the code word words play Renegade. So that'll be awesome. I think we're a little bit ahead of schedule compared to normal.
Wow, that's funny because normally I'm the chatterbox. Okay.
Well, I intentionally rushed you just a little bit because I wanted to have some extra time for questions because I'm sure there are a lot of questions today. So Desiree, do you have any good ones for us?
So we have a few, and I have a feeling while we go over questions, we might get a few more. So someone had asked in Twitch, can you just re-explain how to sign up for different events, because they found the schedule on the website, but only interviews are written there. Where can you sign up for games and workshops?
So the easiest place to do that is if you go to the main website and make sure you're at the Renegade home, you can always click on the big banner at the top. Sounds like she maybe got to like one of the pages, but the banner always takes you back home. And then you can just find the individual cards. There's also links below them for the workshops, for the demos, for the RPG demos that will take you to the pages that have links. And they have little tickets on them. And just click on that little ticket and it'll take you to where you can sign up for the event and get a ticket right there.
Awesome.
So it's all through Eventbrite.
Yes.
And
I believe if you would just do a search for Renegade Games or Renegade Con, I tried to tag everything that way. That would also bring us up at the top of the list. But I'll also tell you, it's probably about 2 pages long because we have a lot of events.
That's if you just go to Eventbrite and search for Renegade.
Exactly.
Then you'll find like a million things. It's pretty exciting. So
yeah, that was a fun day getting all that stuff up.
That was a lot, yeah, for sure.
So let's see. Someone is also asking, will there be promos we can win or buy online?
I'll let Sarah answer.
Will there be promos? Yeah. That's totally fair. So one of the themes that I feel like people are always excited about when they come to our booth is getting promos. So when we go to conventions, we actually have these huge plastic bins, and we put all of the special themes for conventions in those bins, and we leave them there until we go to our next show. What that means is that all of those promo items that we take with us to every single show are inside those containers. So what I have spent the last week doing is trying to have our warehouse dig through those containers and find all of the inventory for all of those promos so that we can put them up on our website. So what I will say is, yes, there will be promos. I have quite a few that we have found. I'm hoping to find a few more in the next few days, but we don't have every single promo that we've ever made. So you will probably find some treasures, but it won't be everything. So we're going to be putting those up along with the purchase of games. So if you buy a copy of Clank, we have a bunch of Clank promos that we'll just send you. And if you win one of our random drawings for the hashtag league, we'll have some special stuff that we can send out. So there will be a lot of ways to get promos. And we'll also, like Chris briefly mentioned earlier, we'll have a Discord channel that's just a help desk. And the person staffing that for most of the weekend is actually our customer service specialist. And she knows everything about all of these promos. She has been with the company since almost the very beginning. And she has handled so much of this stuff that we're really lucky to have her manning that channel. And she'll be able to answer a lot of those questions. So if you have a really specific promo you're looking for, go there and ask her, and she'll do the best she can to help you out.
Yeah, it was just really tough because Like it was literally a week ago where these are stored finally started to open up a bit. So we it's a complete thing. Like we don't know exactly the status where they're at, how many we have until they hit our hands, and then it's going to be fun. See what happens.
Yeah, individual cards are not the easiest thing to inventory in an enormous
No,
warehouse that's the size of a Home Depot. So it's a little tricky to
it's a
keep
little.
those
It's
things.
not exactly high on the priority list when you open back up either. Let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah, we've definitely had some disruptions in our supply chains, and we are getting back to the point where those are all fixed now, and
Yep.
so we can ship things from our website that people order, and all that kind of stuff is actually flowing really well, which we're happy about. But the promos are just very hard to track, and that's why when we go to conventions we just have this bin of just wonderful treats that is filled with all
It
these
is. It's like
promos.
a big Halloween bucket. Is really
Pretty
what it
much.
is.
And we did actually, luckily, at the very last convention we went to last year, I spent a lot of extra time inventorying all of those and getting them into a place where we were pretty hopeful that when they went back to the warehouse, we'd be able to find them again. And I do think that's helped. So I think we'll have a bunch of them, but we'll have more information for you at the end of the
Yeah.
week.
Awesome.
Awesome. And then I guess kind of on that same note, will there be opportunities to order products perhaps at special prices?
So we do have some special promotions that will be going on during the convention, but we haven't announced those yet. So
Okay.
stay tuned.
Okay.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is that both Succulent and The Search for Planet X are not coming out until June 10th. We are doing demos this weekend, but if you order them now, we're shipping them out right away. So if you want to order those from our website and have them on your table to play with the hashtag league during the event, we will try very hard to ship them out either Monday or Tuesday morning. And then depending on where you live, you'll probably have them by Friday. But if you order them even during the convention, you'll have them close to release day. So that'll be fun. And we are doing currently a sale on our website. So we had a spring sale that was $100 for 4 of our Big Fun Euro games. Wendake, Reichhold, Passing Through Petra, and Castel. $100 for all 4 of those games, and that sale was actually really successful. People seem to really enjoy it, and so we decided just to extend that through until this week. So we're almost done with it. If you're excited about any of those games, all of them are on sale individually, but you can get the whole bundle for $100.
Awesome.
And free shipping. Yay! So yeah.
Awesome. All right. And then do you have to get tickets for the interviews?
No, the interviews will just be on the YouTube channel. And what we did was we set those up to be premieres because, Sarah told you they're already pre-recorded. So
well, they are, but nobody's seen them yet. So they will be a premiere.
Exactly. So we're going to premiere them. So, I will try to be in chat as much as possible. And I'll try and contact the people who are being interviewed as much as possible to be in chat as well. So hopefully, if maybe there was a subject I didn't answer, could get covered, you might see that covered in chat. And then they'll be up for at least for the con at that point. And then we'll decide what to do with them later. Because we're actually making a whole YouTube channel just for the interviews and the panels so that they're kind of sitting there. So I encourage you to go find that. Look up Renegade Games Convention on YouTube and you should be able to find it, and then you can subscribe to it and we'll get the word out. That way you can see it.
That'll be super fun. So one person previously was asking about how they can find the tickets for all of our stuff. I actually just posted a link in there from
to the Renegade home.
Yeah, that I believe is actually all the events in one place to make it just a little bit easier for people to find.
Otherwise, you get like some weird yoga studio and Renegade Yoga Studio.
Maybe not what you're hoping for. So
if you want sunrise yoga, I think you need to make that happen yourself.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be running that event. So Desiree,
nobody volunteered.
Yeah, I did not volunteer for sunrise yoga. If I'm up at sunrise, I am hiking. I'm definitely not doing yoga. That's my thing. Awesome. Any other questions?
Yes, so someone did have, because you had said free shipping, is it free shipping internationally?
We have a bit of a challenge with our web store currently where we really can't ship international packages because we don't have those items in international warehouses. So we only have one warehouse in the US, and shipping from the US to those other countries is just not practical. So we encourage people who are looking for something at an international place to go and talk to their friendly local game stores. I am working on some ways that we could do a little bit more international stuff, but it's just not ready yet. It's a logistical challenge for sure. Without having our own warehouse somewhere.
And it's also hard when we have so many partners from across the world, and some may have, because we share licenses with different people. So it gets really complicated. And it's not like we can just ship this game clear across there, because that could be somebody else's territory. So it gets really weird. Like, yeah, it's why the Domino's that delivers to you might not be the closest one, because it's territories people. It's really awkward and weird.
Wow, if I had any Domino's that would deliver to me, that would be exciting. That's okay though.
I don't know if it's that exciting, trust me.
I've
been making, I tell you what, every Friday I've been making pizza like this whole quarantine, and I have like got my pizza routine down. Like I make some pretty boss pizza nowadays. Like my wife brought home leftover chicken parm like that she had at work, and I'm like, we're gonna put that on a pizza, and it was kind of amazing. So
I am really good at setting the oven to a temperature and then putting a frozen pizza in it now. I've become an expert at that.
It's the sad thing is it's not that hard. Like, I mean, I say that, I have 30 years chef experience behind me. I get that. But at the same time, I'm like, so I have a deal with my neighbor. I give her pizza dough on Fridays, and she gives me cookies back. So it's kind of it's a great deal. So like every Friday I have to make dough. So like some of it goes to her, and then we have pizza for 2 days. So, but it's not that bad.
I do have a very important update for anyone who watched last week. We were talking about cooking because I like to ask my guests what thing I should cook for dinner when we're done. And our last guest was Daniel Solis, and he mentioned that he's been watching some cooking shows and that they recommended if you're making a grilled cheese sandwich to use mayonnaise instead of butter on the outside of it. Because it's still oil, right? And so
it is.
Immediately, like within, I think it was 7 minutes of when we ended the show.
You're like fried bread, aren't you?
I had already made a grilled cheese sandwich with mayonnaise.
So what'd you think?
I did not like the flavor of it, but it looked beautiful. It did taste funny to me.
So I have to know though, like beforehand, were you the person who put the butter in the pan or the butter on the bread?
Both. So I put the butter in the pan, I melt it, and then I rub it on the bread.
Wow, that's impressive. Like I just do the entire bread and then just dump it in. The other thing is people like to crank up the pan. I'm like, stop using high heat on your pans. Like medium low is like plenty for a grilled cheese. The low and slow is so much better.
Oh yeah, because you don't melt the cheese inside if you do it too much.
Exactly.
It's true.
Or heat the tomatoes, or heat the ham, or.
I did plant a garden this last 2 days ago, and I filled it with tomatoes because I'm going to make tomato jam for my grilled cheese sandwiches because I can't find tomato jam anywhere, and it is the most delicious thing on grilled cheese sandwiches.
I don't think you're wrong.
It's wonderful. So now I'll have my own tomatoes I can do that with. Maybe, except I'm about as good at gardening as I am at cooking. So we'll see if I ever
as long as you stake them though and make sure they're watered, tomatoes are not that hard, luckily.
It's true. Well, mostly the concern is that they'll freeze because I already have one tomato plant this year that I froze that I got on Mother's Day, and that was a week too early. So we'll see. Hopefully it won't snow anymore. Hard to say.
That is a problem out there. That is definitely a problem.
Awesome. Okay, do we have more questions? Sorry, I got sidetracked.
That's okay.
I could talk cooking all night.
That's okay. We had a few suggestions too. Someone said, I think Kevin said grilled cheese with apple slices in the middle is also fantastic.
Ooh. If it's a really sharp cheese, like you give me like a really sharp cheddar with apple slices, I'm behind that, Kevin. That sounds great.
Oh, I like that. I have an apple tree that is blooming right now, so I'll have to try that in the fall. That'll be good.
One of my favorite sandwiches is like smoked turkey with a honey mustard, really sharp cheddar, and apple slices. So
Mm, that does sound pretty good.
it's
Nice.
kind of awesome.
And now I'm going to be left from this interview very hungry again.
Every week.
Okay, so I do have a question. So someone had mentioned that it was kind of feeling a little overwhelming because it is very different than being there in person for the Renegade Con. So is there like one thing or a best thing you can tell someone that feels that the online convention might be a little too complicated, or like an area you think, kind of focus on this to get, the first idea of how this works?
You know what? They're not wrong, and part of that I don't want to say is intentional, but it's part of that. Making decisions is hard. The first time I went to Gen Con, like all I did was walk the dealer hall, and I thought I saw Gen Con. I saw a quarter of Gen Con. So even for somebody who's been to several conventions, it's still overwhelming. It's completely, and the problem is that you get to see everything now kind of up front. So you're seeing, like, if you're interested in the RPG track, there's a lot in the RPG track. There's a lot in the demo track. So I get that. What I recommend is look at the schedule. I tried to group it by things, and I tried to be as clear as possible. So maybe just start picking something you want to do, and try to make it happen. Like if you want to go to a panel, then all you have to do is log into YouTube. That's it. Just create an account and you can chat and you can ask questions. Really, that's all you need to do. If you want to go do other things, if you want to attend a workshop, well, yeah, you need to go like do Twitch. Just log into Twitch and then you can get comfortable with that. But just kind of pick a few things that are must haves, and then the rest of it will kind of come to you. And if it's a new technology, I've spent a lot of time trying to build guides for Roll20, for Tabletopia, for Discord, so that I recognize that not everybody uses all these things. I don't. Like I'm a Discord noob here completely. I'm not gonna lie. So I wanted to give you all the tools you need, and they're all on the homepage so that you can make sure that you get the most out of it that you want to get out.
And I would also say, if you really just can't pick, if you look at this and it's really too overwhelming, there's two things I would do if I were you. One, I would go to the opening ceremonies, because it's going to be our Renegade team just talking about what we're excited about and what's happening for that day and things that you should really check out, just highlights. And it's very passive. You just go to Twitch, click the button, you can ask questions if you want to,
There you
or
go.
you can just watch. And then I would also recommend, even before the convention starts, getting on our Discord channel and just popping in there and saying hi, make some new friends if people are hanging out, asking questions that you feel like. And if you can understand how Discord works a little bit better before it starts, it'll be easier to jump into demos. It'll be easier to go into an RPG event. Anywhere you want to go, Discord's kind of one of the places that's a hub that'll help direct you to the right spot.
What's even really cool, like about the Discord channels, is a lot of the GMs already know what they're doing. So they're already starting to populate the games that they're going to be GMing. So there's already kind of a person of knowledge in there already to discuss things with. Like definitely in the RPG world, like I've seen people starting to say, I want to develop my own character. And the GM's like, have fun, bring it with you, let me know. So it's giving us a lot more opportunity to do like this the pregame, the tailgate party for the convention we get to do, and it's all happening in the Discord. So definitely encourage that.
Yeah, that should be nice. I think it'll really help ground people. So check out Discord. That's my main piece of advice.
That's a good one too. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, it looks like that is pretty much done with questions. Everyone seems excited, and they're gonna give it a go.
Nice.
I hope so.
All of this excitement, our opening ceremonies, our guide to how everything works is going to start at 6 p.m. Friday, June 5th, and that's Eastern time. So just almost exactly a week from now, which should be pretty exciting. So yeah, go get your tickets, print out that schedule, highlight the stuff that you really want to do, make sure you sign up for the tickets for that, and then you'll also get a player packet that gives you links to all these things, places that you can go to download whatever you need ahead of time, and just get you a little bit more comfortable with it, because it is a lot. We've had
we're gonna
few months to wrap our heads around it.
Right. It was a month before we even announced it to try and, because we wanted to have so much kind of fleshed out before we put it out there. The player package should go out towards the end of next week. That way we only do it once and then blast everybody at one time with everything you should need. So look for them like towards the end, but definitely before Friday.
Awesome. Well, hey, Chris, thank you so much for spending some extra time with us. I know you have a very busy schedule right now. You have a lot that you're working on, finishing up for this, but it's looking awesome. And I'm really excited to be part of it. And I think that all of our renegades that come and help with it and all the fans that get to be part of this are really going to appreciate all the extra hard work you put in.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's been fun, and it was exciting from day one to just see the response when we announced it and put up the links to get tickets, and just to kind of see the positivity that everybody's looking forward to it right out of the gate. Kind of makes it all worth it, right? That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
Great. It'll be great. Awesome. Well, if you have any more questions, you can always contact us at renegadegames.com. We're on social media at Play Renegade or renegadegames.com. You can always find us there. So send us questions, let us know what you're excited about, sign up, and we will see all of you next week. That'll be great.
And don't forget, now we're going to add into that like the Discord help channel, because that's there too now. So you can go ask there too.
We will have a Discord help down. So thank you, Chris. And again, as always, thank you, Desiree, for moderating.
Thank you so much.
Make it happen. And we appreciate all of you. So we will see you next week at Renegade Con. Good night.
Next week.
Yep. Bye.
You should be there.